comfortable on your back, you could pop your bolster behind your knees. You could cover yourself with a blanket, your eye pillow. If you feel chilly at any point, let me know. And there are, of course, spare blankets, and I can give you a spare blanket. So take your time. And just eventually coming to settle. So place the arms, the legs where it feels comfortable. Maybe closing down the eyes or covering the eyes or gazing just to one spot. And start to become aware of your breath, just your natural breath for now. You might bring the hands onto the belly or around the ribs. And then make that connection between your breath and your body. So as we inhale, there's a sense of lift, expansion. And as you exhale, just a sense of contraction and kind of drawing back. And after you've settled into your natural rhythm of breath, without force, just see if there is any more space there. So can you extend the inhale or maybe the exhale? It might be longer or feel deeper. And you might even sigh or blow out of the mouth as you breathe out. So just allowing yourself to really kind of arrive, to drop into the space, let your day just fade into the background, your week, whatever might be coming in your weekend. You can't be 100% sure of that anyway. And try as best you can just to be here. Just bringing awareness now to your body. So the breath will just carry on in the background. Having a little scan from the crown of the head to the tips of the toes, just notice if there is any more relaxation or release of tension that you could offer your body. Be curious about any areas that might feel lighter or heavier, less rested or well rested. And just move the awareness through the body, all the way to the soles of the feet. And then become aware of the whole of your body if you can. So everything connected. The weight of the body to the earth, the shape of your body, the parts that are touching the earth versus the parts that are gently lifted away. And in a moment, we're going to slowly start to bring a little bit of movement into the body. And we begin with the face. So you might open and close the mouth, just checking that you're not clenching the teeth or the jaw. Have a little wiggle of the mouth. And then settle on a soft position. You might blink the eyes open a couple of times. Look up towards the sky, just with the eyes, not moving the head. Look down towards the tip of the nose. You might take the eyes from side to side. So as we move closer into winter, Chinese medicine tells us that different organs are connected with different seasons, and winter is connected to the kidneys, which is also connected to the eyes. So the energy line for the kidneys runs right into the back of the eyes. Let's cross the arms over the body and just give our shoulders a squeeze. And then have a squeeze all the way down the arms. Just nice and gently, just exploring, coming past the elbows, into the lower arms, and into the wrists, where we'll interlace the fingers and step the soles of the feet onto the earth as a little bit of support. With that interlace of the fingers, as we inhale, we're going to push the palms away and then up towards the sky. So we show the sky, the palm of the hand. Release the interlace as you exhale, float the arms down by the side of the body. And just take two more like that with your breath. So the inhale is pushing away and lifting. And the exhale is just that lightness of floating back to earth. And after that third one, there is absolutely no rush. If anything, we're trying to slow it right down in the practice. We'll bring the knees in towards us. We might have a little squeeze of the thighs or a little tap of the thighs, the calves if we can reach. We might have a little roll on the spine, a wiggle of the toes. Pop the feet back down. Let the feet slide as wide as the mat. Let your knees knock in towards each other. And just release the arms down by the side of the body, back to the hands to the earth. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, let your knees drift over to the left side. So upper body stays nice and close to the earth. Just let the knees fall. Taking a couple of breaths here, you might roll the gaze to the right if your neck feels okay. And we're going to start with 1 minute, in fact, in our twists. So steady and settle yourself enough that you feel it would be okay for you to spend 1 minute here. And we'll work our way up steadily into 2-minute shapes, 3-minute shapes. 3 minute is kind of the baseline in Yin Yoga, which this class is based on. Just using the exhales to continue to soften. Halfway there. Draw the gaze back to center. Then with a little bit of effort, bring the knees back. Step the feet wide again. Let the knees knock in. Just give yourself a pause. And then as you exhale, the knees come over to the right side. So use those first few moments just to settle and adjust if you need to. And then allow the body to soften, maybe let the head roll over to the left. And we'll take a minute on this side. Halfway there. From here, just shuffle a little bit and roll all the way over to the right. Come to rest on the side of the body, just snuggling yourself up and have a little sacred pause there. You might draw your awareness back to your breath. Sometimes in any practice, but especially in yin, because it's much slower, there's more space in between, it can be helpful to have a little focus word, something that brings our attention back. It could be an intention. And as we draw to the end of a traditional year, let's say, it might be something that you want to release and you focus on that as you exhale through the practice. It might be something that you're drawing in for the new year. And as you inhale, you're breathing that possibility in. Just pushing down into the earth, starting to slowly rise up into a seat. And our seat is going to be butterfly. So we're going to take the knees wider and bring the soles of the feet together. So don't have your heels too close in towards your seat. That changes the shape slightly. If you want to, you could put your blocks just behind your thighs. I sit on a blanket because it helps to tilt my hips forward. So when I come to fold, there's more space. And we're going to take a nice deep breath in, tilt the hips forwards, lift the heart, sit tall. And as we breathe out, just slowly start to fold. At the point where the spine naturally rounds and the head becomes heavy, we let that happen. You've also got a bolster, so you could use your bolster to support your head and neck if you prefer. So it'll be something like this. So find the position that works for you. Take, 10, maybe 20 seconds to explore that. And then a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, you might close the eyes and just commit to the shape and to as much stillness as you can. So yin doesn't want us to be, rigid in our shape. It just asks that we try not to fidget too much. We're going to take this one up to 2 minutes, but as with any shape, if you start to feel like it's just not for me, then draw yourself out nice and slowly. Already 1 minute. Last few breaths, doing really well. So slowly, perhaps as you inhale, you start to unroll the top of the body. Take an exhale. And then let's draw the knees together, extend the legs out in front. Nice tall spine. We'll just close the eyes or soften the gaze and take a little pause here in our rebound. So just letting that previous shape settle. As we inhale, let's just tilt the chin up towards the sky, drop the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, bring the chin down towards the chest, lengthen through the top of the neck and the spine, and take 2 more rounds of that, just in your own breath, your own time. And with no rush, whenever that third round is complete, sweep your knees to one side, your feet to the other, and just come onto your hands and knees. So take your time, support your knees with a blanket if they feel a little bit sensitive. We'll plant the hands maybe under the shoulders. We'll plant the knees maybe under the hips. And just start to have a little sway of your hips from side to side. We'll take it then into a little bit of circular motion to mobilize the wrists a little bit. As we inhale, we sweep forwards over the wrists. Exhale, scoop the bum down to the heels. So take a couple in one direction and then a couple round in the opposite direction. Maybe close the eyes, just let the body be as free as it can. And then let's take it into a couple of cat and cow. So as we inhale, belly drops, heart opens. As we exhale, spine to the sky, look to the heart. Maybe 2 more like that. There might be much more of an element of softness with this than in your kind of flow practice. No rush. When you're ready, keep the hands fixed and start to walk your knees backwards. So we keep the knees and the hips in line if we can, dropping onto the elbows. Let the tailbone come nice and high and the belly button come nice and low. So we could let our head be heavy here. We've got that nice little compression to the lower back. Or we might slide the fingertips forwards and bring the heart towards the earth. So to kind of release a little bit of pressure from the armpits, we might cross the arms. You could also pop a bolster just kind of above the line of the nipples, depending on where your nipples are, I guess. Who knows? We don't know where each other's nipples are, and that's for the best. Because that will keep you kind of lifted and take a little bit of the weight and the effort. So this is really nicely working into autumn as a season. So into the lungs, the respiratory system, also into summer as a season, which is connected to the heart. The heart lines run through the arms and, of course, towards the heart, into the heart. And a really lovely one, just fully lengthening through the spine. So you've got a back bend and a kind of forward fold in here. We're going to try and take just over 2 more minutes here. And of course, the intensity of shapes is different for everyone. Depends where you've been today, what you might do for a job, what hobbies you have or don't have, what kind of life you've had. So if you get to a point where you feel, actually, this just isn't working for me, draw back, come back into tabletop, maybe just pause and come back to your breath. There's no judgment. What can help is to focus on the breath, or maybe that word or that intention, that welcome or release. We've got 1 more minute here. Last few breaths. So we're going to slowly come away from the shape by just lifting the gaze. Bring one hand in, plant it down, push through that, and then plant the other hand down. We'll bring the knees together and sit the seat back to the heels. So a nice little counter pose. We'll come into child's pose. I'm going to use some props. You don't have to. This is just to show you how you could. So we want to keep the bum as close as we can to the heel. So for me, that means that I need a little bit of help to pop the head down and relax the arms. If that feels like a little bit, oh, it's too suffocating, I can't breathe, we'll just take the knees wider and take the arms down to the ground. So you find your version that works for you, with props, without props, knees together, knees apart. Keep the bum down towards the heels as best you can. You can even support the tops of your feet with your blanket. You could be on one side of the head or face. And we're going to take 3 minutes here. So if you're on one side of the head or face, I'll let you know halfway through. If this forward version is just like a big no-no, you can always come onto the back of your body. Just bring your knees in towards you, hold the back to the thighs or hold the legs. And this is our reverse child's pose. So pretty much every position has a variety of options. I'm going to take 2 more minutes, wherever you are, just softening into the face, the shoulders as much as you can. Halfway there, so if you want to switch onto the opposite side of the head or face, you can, but if that doesn't work, then switch back. Just over 1 minute. If you're on the back of the body, just releasing the feet to the earth and rolling yourself over to the side. Bring yourself up. If you're on the front of the body, bring the hands onto the earth and just start to rise upwards. So let's all meet in our kneeling position once more. We might take the knees out a little bit wider. We're going to transfer just into one standing position. We won't be here for long. So we'll plant the hands down and then start to walk the hands in towards us. Tuck the toes and we come up into our ragdoll position. So the wider you take your feet, the more steady you might feel. If you want to, you could have a bit of an inhale and lift up. And then as you exhale, just really commit to that heaviness of the head and the spine, just dangling down. You might catch hold of opposite elbows. Let the crown of the head come down towards the earth. So not literally, but that general direction. If at any point you feel a little bit dizzy, plant the hands, come into tabletop. We take 1 minute here. You can absolutely take longer, but I would say with the support of something in front of you so that you could always just be balanced on something instead of freestanding. Halfway there already. Is there any more heaviness? Oh, as you exhale, just let the weight of the world drop away from your shoulders, all those thoughts. Maybe if the festive flurry just out of your brain into the air. Steadily start to walk your way towards the top of your mat. And let's shimmy the feet out nice and wide. So we might have toes and balls of feet off the mat, heels on the mat. The body will kind of decide that for us in a moment. Grab your blocks or maybe your bolster, place them where you feel that your bum is going to go down. Sometimes we have really good aim, sometimes I'll top it off, so it doesn't matter. And as you exhale, have practiced this in these trousers. Good, be interesting. Zip. Bend the knees, come to sit the seat down. So this is our malasana or garland pose. And in hatha, we might be a bit more kind of forceful with it. In yin, we're just going to turn the toes out as much as we can. So we follow this inner line of opening, but we could relax the head and the hands. We're going to take 3 minutes here as well. But this is quite a challenge. So if you feel at any point like, it's just not quite for me, then come back into butterfly. So we're still working on externally rotating the hips, and that's where we're going next anyway. So don't worry what anyone else is doing. If it's discomfort and you can breathe through that discomfort and just maintain a little sense of peace, that's fine. That's what yin is about. And that's what life is about, right? It's not always comfortable. But if it ventures into pain or just something that you feel, I'm really not comfortable with this emotionally, then you might decide that you come down to the earth and find butterfly. We've got 2 more minutes. Keep turning those toes out. Getting that nice openness through the lines of the legs. We're halfway there. One more minute. Stay gently focused. Last few breaths. From here, you might press through the feet just to lift the bum. Take the props away, hands behind you, lower down, and go with instinctively what the legs want to do. So they might want to stretch out. You might feel like then the upper body just wants to have a little fold forwards, or you might feel like you want to sit up straight. We'll just take a minute here in that rebound to let that settle. There's no right or wrong answer. And I'm going to carry on just working with the lower body. Well, the upper body will be involved, but predominantly with the lower body. We come back into butterfly. So we've been here before, and you can absolutely stay here. Or we'll sweep the right leg back, but have the hips turned forwards. So the important thing is we're just holding onto our hips and we're like, yeah, they're headlighted forwards. You might have a right angle in this front foot, a flex of the toe. This is deer position. So from here, we can fold forwards. We could absolutely have our bolster. If you want to try it, you could try it in reverse out. Then we bring this left heel closer into our right hip and slide the right leg back long, the top of the foot to the earth. Hips are still headlighted forwards. This is pigeon. or in Yin, we call it swan because that's nice. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, coming into your forward fold, it might be completely flat to the earth, it might be head on a bolster. So find your version of that, ignore everybody else's version. Try and let the face and the shoulders relax. Keeping those hips nicely forward, whether we're in deer, we're in swan, or in the kind of a hybrid fashion. We're going to take 2 minutes here. If we've got that back leg extended, really plant the top of the foot down, the heel up towards the sky. And we just maintain a gentle focus on the breath, or maybe the body is kind of really taking the attention and part of your body is going, oh, I can really feel it here. And you're just saying, okay, that's okay, it's fine. Or maybe it's your intention or your word. Patience is always a good one for Yin. Less than a minute here. Last couple of breaths. Let's plant the hands to the earth. Just slowly start to push ourselves up. We won't come up too far. So the further we do come up and the further we come in, the more we're kind of creating a back bend. So we can be gentle with that. Drop onto that left side. Sweep your back foot forwards, and perhaps you want to extend into the legs once more. Just take a deep breath and have that little rebound here. Take a breath in with the head at center. And as you breathe out, just lull the right ear over to the right shoulder. Really let that left shoulder just drop away from the left ear. Jaw is soft. When the inhale comes, we bring the head to neutral. And with the exhale, we lull to the left. And breathe in when it's there, back to center. So we're going to take it over to the other side. We know, or if we don't know, I'll tell you, that each side of your body isn't going to react the same. So we don't expect that. We're just slow, we're gentle. So it starts in butterfly. We take that left leg back. And again, we're trying to square our hips off. And maybe this front leg is a bit of a right angle. We're free here to fold forwards, and we can always adjust the back leg. Or we bring that right heel into the left hip, slide the left foot away, and you can always then kind of re-angle this right leg. For me, it doesn't go too far at all. Like even there, 3 minutes, no thank you. So find your position and slowly start to release it to the earth. If you need to, spend a couple of moments or breath just readjusting props or your body. And then as you exhale, let as much of yourself as you can soften physically, emotionally, mentally. We've got just over 2 minutes here. Again, you're not a prisoner in the shape or position. If it doesn't feel right, if there's any pain, then just slowly start to bring yourself away. So yin is quite a mental or emotional practice. That space, that stillness. The physical side of it is about moving what you might know as prana or breath or energy. In yin, we call it chi or life force. And we are working with specific organs, specific meridian lines throughout the body to make sure that energy is really free flowing. Sometimes we get stagnation or dis-ease within the body, and this can be points where there's a stoppage or a blockage. So we want that energy to really move freely all around the body, supporting and nurturing the inner workings, which supports the outer workings of the body, which is connected to also the mind and the emotional sides. Less than a minute. Last few breaths. Plant the hands down, lifting up the body. Just drop to the side, sweep the back leg back. Perhaps you'll extend the legs again and just pause there. And then we're going to bring ourselves down to the earth for Yoga Nidra. You could lie flat on your back, or sometimes we create like kind of a nice little back bend and heart opener. So you'd be here, just slapping around and be like that, or maybe like this. So it's up to you. You've got cushions, blankets, bolsters. Oh, the floor's nice and cold, but it feels good. I'm going to stay here. I'll talk to you from here. So find whatever you think is going to be comfortable for you. What about the next 10 minutes? When you get to the earth, if you need a little bit of a wiggle or anything, just take that. Oh, make sure you're warming up and begin to close the eyes, or you might cover the eyes. Perhaps take a nice deep breath. So to end our practice, we have a short yoga nidra. But it's not the full yoga nidra. That's kind of more of a comprehensive experience. This is the body scan part of our yoga nidra. And the best thing about it is you don't need to do anything. Just lie there, listen. Even if you drift off, you will absorb the experience anyway. If you drift off and you snore, I might just come and give your foot or your hand a little squeeze, or I might just come and play the chime a little bit closer to you just to grab your attention back into the room. But especially in winter and at this time of year, we're all exhausted. Most of the people I've spoken to are like, I'm exhausted. So if you drift off, no one is going to judge you. 9 out of 10 yoga nidras that I personally practice, I'm straight away in them. So first of all, just become aware of the sound of the chime and almost allow it to guide you into a deeper state of rest. This state of being, not doing. And our journey around the body begins at the crown of the head. So just bring your mind's awareness to the crown of your head. And as we shine a light on each part or area of the body, you might offer it rest, peace, thanks, whatever works for you, or you might just notice it and then we move to the next. Crown of the head. Into the forehead, the eyebrows, the temples, the right and left eye. The space between the brows, the tip of the nose, the right and left nostril. The right and left ear, the right and left cheek, the upper lip, the lower lip, the moisture in your mouth, the teeth, the gums, the tongue. The line of your jaw, your chin, your throat. The right shoulder and journey down the right arm, past the elbow into the right wrist, the back of the right hand, and the palm of the right hand. The thumb, first, second, third, and fourth finger. Take awareness over to your left shoulder. Journey down that left arm, past the elbow, into the lower arm, the left wrist, the back of the hand, the palm of the left hand. The thumb, first, second, third, fourth finger. The right hip, the right thigh, kneecap and back of knee, the right lower leg, the top of the right foot, the heel of the right foot, the sole of the right foot, the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth toe. Bring awareness then to your left hip. Left hip. Journey down into the thigh, the left knee and the back of the knee, the left lower leg, ankles, top of foot, left heel, sole of the left foot. The first, second, third, fourth, fifth toe. Become aware of the back of your body as you see or feel it. Just allowing it to relax and rest. The front of your body as you see or feel it. The right side of the body, the left side of the body, the head, the face. Everything connected. The whole of your physical body. Just invited to simply be. The whole of your physical body with nothing to do. The whole of your physical body. Become aware of your breath. You might take a deeper breath. You might journey back to that thought of breathing in and welcoming something. Breathing out and releasing. Bring awareness to your body. And just slowly start to wiggle the fingers and toes. If you have no support underneath the body, just roll to the side and rest there. If you have some support, start to tuck the chin to the chest, plant the hands to the earth, and roll yourself up. You might then decide that you take it into a little forward fold. So just take your time. There's no rush. Find what is a comfortable seat. And when you're ready, sit tall. You could place the hands to the heart space, or you might decide to press the palms together. And just take a little moment to thank yourself. To thank each other, whether we know each other well or not, we've shared time, energy, or practice. And thank you so much for trusting me. I hope your weekend brings whatever you need. The light and dark in me honors the light and dark in you. Namaste.